What if I told you the biggest leak in your money is not your bills, not your bank, not even your spending habits, but something sitting quietly in your wallet right now? Most people never notice it. They carry it every day. They touch it, fold it, ignore it, and all the while it keeps sending the wrong signal into their financial life. Sounds small. It isn't, because tiny things repeated daily build the direction of your future. And tonight I want to show you 3 simple things that should never stay in your wallet if you want your money to feel cleaner, stronger, and more stable. Stay with me, because the third one is the one almost everybody forgets, and once you hear it, you may never look at your wallet the same way again. This is not about hype. It is not about luck. It is about what you keep close to your money and what that quietly teaches your mind every single day. And before this is over, you will know exactly what to remove, why it matters, and what to do right after, so the change does not stop at a nice idea, but becomes a real shift you can feel. Watch closely, because what looks harmless may be costing you more than you think. A long time ago, I was told something that changed the way I looked at money forever. I was told that a wallet is not just a pocket for cash and cards. It is a container, a signal, a personal space that reflects the way you treat what comes into your life and what leaves it. At first, I brushed it off. I thought it sounded poetic, maybe even dramatic. But the more I paid attention, the more I saw the truth hiding inside the idea. People say money is only math. Earn more, spend less, save the difference. Simple. But life does not always work that cleanly. You can do everything right on paper and still feel like money slips through your hands. You can work hard and still feel blocked. You can get paid and somehow be broke again before the month even ends. If that sounds familiar, keep listening, because this is where most advice fails. It teaches strategy, but it ignores environment. It talks about numbers, but not what surrounds the numbers. And often, the first environment your money lives in is your wallet. The condition of that space shapes habits, feelings, and decisions in ways most people never stop to notice. That is why this matters more than it seems. Small object, big message, quiet habit, loud consequence. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Let's be honest for a second. A lot of people are tired. They are doing their best. They wake up early, stay late, answer the calls, handle the pressure, carry the family, pay the bills, keep smiling, and still feel like they are standing still. The money comes in, but it does not stay. They try budgeting. They try discipline. They try telling themselves next month will be different. But something always eats the progress. A surprise expense, a careless purchase, a bad decision made in a tired moment. And after a while it starts to feel personal, like money just doesn't want to remain in their life. That is why what I am about to share feels so simple that many people miss it. Yet simple does not mean weak. Sometimes the strongest reset begins with clearing what should not be there. Sometimes the breakthrough is not about adding one more trick, but removing one hidden drag. So here is the first thing you should never keep in your wallet for long: old receipts. Yes, receipts, small paper scraps. Easy to ignore, easy to stuff behind a card slot and forget. But think about what a receipt really is. It is a record of money leaving. It is proof of outflow. It marks what has already gone. When your wallet is filled with old receipts, you are surrounding your money with reminders of spending, not building. With every fold of paper, you keep little records of departure pressed against the very space where you want stability, growth, and control. It may sound symbolic, but symbols matter because they train the mind. Your wallet should feel clean, active, and current. Instead, for many people, it becomes a graveyard of transactions they no longer need. Coffee from 2 weeks ago, parking from last month, random shopping slips, fast food, fuel. Tiny exits stacked on top of each other until the whole space feels crowded with financial leakage. And here is the deeper part. The more mess you keep around your money, the easier it becomes to treat money casually. Disorder creates distance. Distance creates carelessness. Carelessness becomes habit. So tonight, remove every old receipt from your wallet. Every single one. If you truly need a receipt for a return, a tax record, or a warranty, place it somewhere else. A drawer, a folder, a separate envelope, but not next to your active money. Keep the space of your wallet for things that are alive, useful, and current. This sounds small. It isn't. Little actions shape identity, and identity shapes results. Clean the exits, and you begin to change the feeling of the space where your money lives. The second thing to remove is photographs. This surprises people because photos feel warm, personal, even loving. A partner, a child, a parent, someone close to your heart. And there is nothing wrong with keeping love close. But your wallet is a working space. It is where decisions happen fast. It is where payments happen. It is where your hand goes when you are rushed, emotional, distracted, or tempted. When you mix emotional symbols with financial movement, you create an invisible knot. Over time, the mind can start connecting spending with love, guilt, comfort, or emotional relief. That is when money loses clarity. That is when a purchase stops being a choice and becomes a feeling. You open the wallet, see the faces you care about, and without meaning to, your emotions step into the transaction. The result is often subtle but powerful. Softer boundaries, more impulse spending, more emotional buying, more decisions made for a quick feeling instead of long-term peace. Love deserves its own place. Money needs its own discipline. Both matter, but they do not need to sit in the same container. If you have photos in your wallet, take them out and place them somewhere better. Your desk, your mirror, your bedside table, your phone screen if you want. Let those images be connected to presence, memory, and love, not every swipe, tap, and purchase. You are not removing affection. You are protecting both your feelings and your financial focus. And now the third one, the one most people forget, the one that quietly stays hidden behind active cards for months or even years, expired cards, old bank cards, expired IDs, membership cards you no longer use. Insurance cards with old dates, anything that has already passed its function but still sits in your wallet taking up space. This matters because expired items send a powerful message even when you are not aware of it. They say old, done, delayed, useless, not current. They are leftovers from a version of your life that has already ended, and yet you keep carrying them beside the things that are supposed to support you now. That creates drag. Clutter does not only take up physical space, it takes up mental space. And when your wallet is full of dead access, forgotten plastic, and outdated identity, it becomes harder to feel sharp, present, and ready. Think about it. Would you plant fresh seeds in a pot full of rotting roots and expect clean growth? Probably not. You would clear the container first. Same principle here. Go through every card you carry. If it has expired and you no longer need it, remove it. If it must be kept for records, store it safely somewhere else. If not, destroy it properly and let it go. Your wallet should represent active life, not expired access. Current movement, not old residue. This one step alone can make your wallet feel lighter in your hand and clearer in your mind almost immediately. Now here is where most people stop too early. They hear the three things, nod their heads, promise they will get to it later, and move on. Don't do that. Later is where good intentions go to die. Do it tonight. Empty the wallet fully. Put everything on a table. Look at what you have actually been carrying, not what you think is in there. What is truly there? The hidden slips, the duplicate cards, the dead weight, the emotional clutter, the proof of old spending. Then rebuild the wallet with intention. Put back only what serves a real purpose right now. Your active cards, useful cash if you carry it, 1 or 2 necessary IDs, nothing else unless it earns its place. And when you finish, do one more thing. Hold the wallet in your hand for a moment and make a simple decision. This space will no longer be chaotic. This space will no longer be an afterthought. This space will reflect order, respect, and self-control. That moment matters, because change sticks better when it becomes a decision, not just an action. And if you are still watching, this is where the shift starts. Not in a month, not after some perfect financial plan. In one real moment of clearing, choosing, and resetting. Keep watching, because the next part is what helps this become more than a cleanup. It becomes a pattern. The morning after you clean your wallet, do something simple. Before the day gets noisy, before your phone steals your attention, before stress starts making demands, take your wallet in your hand and pause for 1 full minute. That's it. 1 minute. Breathe. Feel the difference in the space you created. And say something clear to yourself in your own simple words if you want. This space is clean. This space is ready, and I handle money with calm and wisdom. You do not need fancy language. You do not need to perform. You just need intention that feels real. Then visualize your financial life becoming less heavy, less messy, less reactive. Picture fewer leaks, better decisions, more control, more steadiness, more respect for what enters your hands. This is not magic. It is alignment. It tells your mind that the reset is real. And when the mind receives a clear signal, behavior begins to follow. You start noticing purchases before making them. You catch little waste faster. You hesitate before impulse spending. You become less casual with your own resources. That is how deeper change begins. Not with one giant dramatic move, but with a cleaner environment and a clearer inner command. And yes, some people start noticing little shifts quickly. A better money decision, an overdue payment arriving, a refund, an unexpected chance, a calmer mind. Whether you call that coincidence or consequence does not matter. What matters is that a clean container usually leads to cleaner choices. There is also a warning here, and I want to say it plainly. Do not clean your wallet once and then slowly let it become a mess again. That is how old cycles return. A single receipt today becomes a stack next week. One expired card stays because you are too lazy to remove it. A photo slips back in because it feels harmless. Then before you know it, the space is crowded again and the message has changed. The reset only works if the standard stays alive. This is not about being extreme. It is about being awake. Every object in a tight personal space carries a signal. Some signals say active, some say finished, some say distraction, some say leakage. If you want your relationship with money to feel stronger, you cannot treat the place that holds your money like a junk drawer. And there is another mistake people make. They mock simple practices because they look too easy. But easy is exactly why they are powerful. Complex things are hard to repeat. Simple things become lifestyle. And lifestyle always wins, so keep your wallet current. Keep it lean. Keep it intentional. Let it be one of the cleanest spaces in your daily life, not because that alone creates wealth, but because it trains the kind of person who stops bleeding energy through carelessness. That person moves differently. That person decides differently. That person keeps more. What happens after that is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. You may not wake up to a miracle. You may not see money fall from the sky. But you may notice something better, less confusion, less emotional spending, less friction, more awareness, more self-respect, more control over the little moments that usually steal progress. And those little moments matter more than people think. Wealth is not only built by giant wins, it is protected by small disciplines repeated when no one is clapping. A clean wallet is one of those disciplines. It tells you that your money deserves order. It tells your nervous system that you do not need chaos to function. It tells your habits that from now on, access must be current, records must be organized elsewhere, and emotions do not get to ride inside every transaction. That is a new signal, and new signals create new patterns. If this is hitting home, stay with me, because I want to go one layer deeper. The real power here is not just in what you remove. It is in what removing these things reveals. It reveals whether you have been living on autopilot. It reveals whether your money has been handled with thought or with leftovers. And once you see that, you start asking better questions everywhere else in your life too. That is how one small reset turns into a bigger shift. Maybe that is the real lesson here. Not just receipts, photos, and expired cards, but the way people let old energy sit too close to active life. Old spending. Old emotions, old access, old habits, old excuses. They keep carrying what should have been cleared months ago, then wonder why the present feels heavy. A wallet is just one place where that truth becomes visible. It is not the whole story. Hard work still matters. Smart choices still matter. Saving, planning, and discipline still matter. But order matters too. What you allow around your money matters. The condition of your daily spaces matters. Your environment either supports your values or quietly fights them. And if you have been feeling stuck, maybe this is the right place to begin because it is immediate, practical, and impossible to fake. You either cleaned it or you didn't. You either removed the dead weight or left it sitting there. You either made a fresh choice or postponed it again. That is why this works as a reset. It is simple enough to do now and honest enough to show you where you stand. No performance, no theories, just action. Clear the space. Feel the difference. Then let that same energy move into your account habits, your spending habits, your planning habits, and your standards for what gets to stay in your life. So let's lock it in one more time. Never let old receipts pile up in your wallet because they turn your money space into a record of constant outflow. Never keep photographs in that space because your emotional world deserves its own place and your financial decisions need clarity. Never carry expired cards as dead weight because outdated access creates clutter, confusion, and drag. Remove them. Replace disorder with purpose, and then maintain it. Every week, take 30 seconds and check the wallet again. That tiny ritual can save you from falling back asleep. You do not need a dramatic reinvention to begin changing your financial life. Sometimes you need one sharp moment of honesty and one clean act of discipline. This is that moment. And if you are still here, that tells me something. You are not just listening for entertainment. You are looking for a shift you can actually use. Good, because this is usable. Tonight, empty the wallet. Rebuild it with intention. Tomorrow, carry it differently. And from that point on, stop treating your money like it should survive inside clutter. Give it a cleaner home. Give yourself a cleaner signal. Give your habits a cleaner structure. You may be surprised how much changes when what you carry every day finally starts matching the kind of life you say you want. One more thing before you go. Do not underestimate how fast identity can change when action becomes real. The moment you clean out what should not be there, you stop acting like someone who reacts and start acting like someone who chooses. That matters. Because every time you reach for your wallet after this, you are reinforcing a new standard. A lighter wallet, a cleaner message, a more deliberate relationship with money. No random paper, no emotional mixing, no expired access, just what serves the present. That kind of order does something powerful. It creates calm. And calm is dangerous in the best way because calm people make better decisions than anxious people. Calm people see waste faster. Calm people pause before saying yes. Calm people stop paying hidden costs with their attention, their habits, and their money. So if you feel even a small spark listening to this, do not ignore it. Use it. Right after this ends, take action. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. And when you do, notice how the wallet feels in your hand after. Notice how your mind feels too. Lighter, cleaner, more awake. Sometimes the beginning of abundance does not look loud. Sometimes it looks like a person sitting at a table at night, removing what no longer belongs, and deciding that from this moment on, their life will no longer be managed by silent clutter.